Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another vidIQ live stream. Today, we are looking at your YouTube channels. You've been sending them in. We've picked a few ahead of time. We're going to pick a whole bunch randomly as we go on through the day. And we're going to tell you if, all how that works in a little while if this is your first stream. In fact, I forgot to put up the poll I normally put up asking if it's your first live stream, which I will do in a few moments. So get your poll voting fingers ready. Here's Rob.
I'm going to channel the Debbie Way Gaming. Let's go.
Microsoft Sam kind of energy there.
Hello, everybody. How are we all doing today? Looking forward to another week of channel auditing with my awesome host today, Dan. I'll just ask this once. Have you watched Jurassic Park yet?
Yes. Let us know in chat if you've watched Jurassic Park. We'd love to know.
Have you watched
watched Jurassic Park?
Has Dan, the host of this live
Anybody
stream,
here named Dan specifically? If you have a name that's Dan, not me, but anybody else here, let us know.
This is just getting weird, but I asked, no answer. We'll move on.
All right. Well, cool. Thank you for being here, everybody. We are going to give you a bit of an intro to how this works here in just a moment. If you're wondering, well, how do I submit my channel? We're going to tell you once I close all these extra windows that are open. So it looks like 47% of you is your first live stream. So cool. That means 47% of you right now need to pay attention to this video that I'm trying to find right here.
Welcome back, creator. Here we go again. This is your weekly YouTube channel audit live stream. All you need to do is use the correct link in the description, fill out the form, and we'll consider your channel for review. That's right, channel reviews are free, but you can send us a super chat and watch us discuss your question live on air. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We will share with you our knowledge, experience, and passion as fellow YouTube creators. I want to do a quick shout out to all of our moderators who do an awesome job on the live stream every single week. You know who you are. And with the introductions done, it's over to you. What channels have you brought us this week?
All right. So just before we get started here, a couple things. We're not just a YouTube channel. We have a whole bunch of tools. We're going to tell you about them as we go forward today, but you'll see things pop up on the screen like this. This tells you all kinds of real-time stats about your channel. It just kind of hovers up here. So if you're ever watching YouTube and you're like, okay, did I get my first 100 subscribers yet? You can turn on the subscribers section and you can find out for yourself just without going all the way to your YouTube studio. It's kind of cool. We have all kinds of features popping up in the browser. So if you use Edge, Firefox, Chrome, you can download our tools at vidIQ.com. And if you are to leave us a super chat or become a member, if you want to ask us something, you are more than welcome to do that, and we can answer those throughout the stream. But we will not review channels based on super chats or memberships or anything of that sort. So we want to make sure these are free for everybody. That means it's level playing field, equal ground. You could get picked. You could submit your channel right now and get picked when we get into random selection. You could submit it 2 years ago and still not get picked. You just never know. And finally, we are trying to outpace the Ford Motor Company in subscribers, and I think we can do it with your help. We have 1.867 million subscribers right now, and Ford Motor Company is at 2.39. Yes, you can make this number go up. All you got to do is click subscribe, and if you've already clicked subscribe, go ahead and click it twice. There you go.
I am reliably informed that this screen should work throughout the entire live stream. I'm not going to leave it on this angle, Dan, but maybe we'll check in a little later on, but this is working. And also, Dan, I just want to give a shout out now, before we get into this, to the incredible Santa Claus of vidIQ, who yet again has delivered.
Oh, wow.
Old Man Gib just dishing out 20 vidIQ memberships. I continue every single week to not understand how that works. My guess is that some of you will be getting randomly invited to become members, where you can share emotes, of which we have plenty, of which we continue to promise we'll make more every single week, and we never do so. And maybe some extra perks are coming as well soon. But welcome to the new family members here at the vidIQ memberships. But thanks again, Old Man Gib. You're just a legend. Continued legend.
If you're wondering why when you join live streams, you never get gifted memberships, but you see them all the time, it's because maybe you are a branded account. Branded accounts cannot receive gifted memberships, which is so frustrating.
Wow.
Yeah, branded accounts actually have a lot of limitations when it comes to members. We are not sure why. But Old Man Gib gifted memberships to folks who are not on branded accounts. And so there you go. If you're wondering, well, how do I become not a branded account? You probably shouldn't do that because I think it deletes a bunch of stuff. So don't.
Yeah, be careful with that. We tried that a couple of months ago and we just lost access to everything right before we were supposed to do a live stream. So do your research.
Yeah. All right. So we have a whole bunch of channels selected here to get us started. Right now, we're going to take a look at the first channel who submitted on the non-gaming form, which was Destinos Ahora. I hope I'm saying that right. They are a travel channel, I believe, mostly in Spanish, but a lot of the titles are very readable. They're in English, and that's a little bit, that kind of threw me a little bit, if I'm being honest. But we can see right here already.
Well, Dan, let's find this out very quickly. Can you play one of the videos for 10 seconds and try and establish what language we're working with here in the video?
That's definitely Spanish.
It is. So I wonder if YouTube has automatically transcribed these descriptions and titles, or they've done it themselves. Interesting decision to make. Because if I was an English viewer and I came onto this channel and I was welcomed with these English titles and it was immediately in Spanish, I'm afraid you're going to lose me as a viewer. And I guess you don't want to be attracting an audience who can't understand the videos if possible. But we don't know what the specific circumstances there are.
Yeah. Assuming the titles are as we're seeing them, because I'm thinking right here, this would have been translated, right? Can you see that? Is that large enough? Okay.
Yeah.
So assuming, like, let's just assume for a second they did type these out in English, maybe because, I don't know. I have no idea why. We believe you should title them in Spanish because the video's in Spanish. So that's just our disclaimer there. We have a Spanish channel ourselves, and you can go take a look at it. We have everything translated. The thumbnails are translated. The titles are everything has been shifted over to Spanish. Your largest video by far.
Yeah, again, Dan, can we just watch the most viewed video for, again, the first few seconds?
Encantan los parques temáticos Disney alrededor del
mundo.
Sin embargo,
to check.
Yeah. Largest video by far, traveling to Walt Disney World for cheap in 2024. Yes, you can. This one blew up for them, and it makes sense for like a number of reasons. Disney, probably one of the most popular tourist destinations, definitely in this country, perhaps the world. I mean, there's Disney parks all over the world. And the value of this is kind of very apparent right out of the gate, right? Like, we know exactly what they're going to be talking about without too much dissecting. You could even just look at the thumbnail and start to get a sense that it's Disney on a budget, which is great. And the other reason I think this is natively written in English is because of the sail tag on the castle. Like, YouTube wouldn't translate that for me. You know what I mean?
That's what I was curious about. I don't know if sail in Spanish is the same as it is in English. So that's why I wanted to check the hook.
I mean, I could look real quick. So if I do English to Spanish, I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, and I just type in sail, venta. So it is a different word.
Okay.
Assuming it knows, it seems to know what kind of word I'm. Okay, good.
Anyway, let's not dwell on that, Dan. Let's talk about, I think, the through line that you are maybe identifying here potentially.
Yeah. Which is that we look at this video and we're like, okay, cool, I know what I'm getting. Click. And this is a popular topic because I think hundreds of YouTubers could make this video and see really good results, thanks to the fact that there's just so much to know about booking a trip to Disney, and there's so many little tricks and hacks. And so you're probably going to watch a bunch of these videos if you're looking to plan a trip and you're trying to save money. So that all works for me. I think I'd be really curious to see the retention graph to see if people clicked on this and felt a little bit, confused, because it looks like it's in English and then it's definitely not in English. I would encourage them to, I don't know, maybe even upload another version of it. I don't know. What would you do in that situation? It depends on the retention graph. If your retention's good, don't touch a thing.
I would be inclined to just leave this one and let it live as the successful video it currently is for their channel. Given that they have 100 subscribers, Dan, to have an outlier like this, 5,000 views, and some pretty cool editing here as well, as we're just shooting through the first 20 seconds. But again, that's in English.
Yeah, it's auto detecting and translating, I think.
Disney World barato?
No, I was meaning the some CNN headline came up, and that was in English. Anyway, I don't want to get stuck on this translation.
Really hung up on it. Sorry.
Yeah, we might be going down the wrong path here.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm curious about here is that, as you say, Dan, I think maybe the video here was an outlier because not only is it one of the most popular destinations in the world, but it had a clear intent in that you can do this famous place, which is renowned for being expensive, on the cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Could that be the through line of visiting all of these other places? Because it's a bit like a video game here. You go to Disney World and you go to the Sphere in Las Vegas. There's kind of a bit of a correlation there. And it's North America. It's a tourist destination. But then we also have the Taj Mahal. And my guess is a lot of people who are interested in North America, Disney World, Las Vegas, maybe have no interest whatsoever in visiting a landmark in India. But if you wrap that up in the case of we visited the Taj Mahal for under $1,000, then there's kind of a bit of a through line for out of these. Disney on the cheap, Taj Mahal under a certain budget. You got the cheapest tickets for the Sphere in Las Vegas. That could be their potential through line. Otherwise, I think they're going to struggle with these spiky view counts, in that some get a couple of hundred views, occasionally get 1,000 views plus, and then this latest one, which really just didn't take off at all, seems to be stuck at 100 views, just over 100 views. Because I think the thumbnails are of a fairly decent standard. You know, the heroes in the thumbnail with some very famous landmark in the background. On the most latest video, you do have some text in the top right-hand corner, which is probably unreadable if somebody's quickly scrolling up because it's blue text on a blue skyline background. That's a curious choice. But yeah, Dan, I'm thinking at this point, maybe it's a bit too early, but if we say through line, then what we're suggesting here is connective tissue between the different destinations, because it looks like you're a global traveler.
Yeah.
But your audience might not necessarily be in the same place, but they may be able to associate more with, the amount of money you're spending on these places that you're going to.
Yeah. I believe that if you consider the wider YouTube audience, and let's say you're trying to captivate people that, it's one of two things. You're trying to help people who are wanting to travel globally, or you're wanting to show off your adventures when you go to all these cool places. And to me, that is kind of two different audiences. This video is for helping people who want to travel somewhere. And this video is just impressive. You went to the world's oldest restaurant, you claim. Okay, I'm interested. As somebody who's probably not going to go there myself, I'm just interested in that topic. So that is two different things, right? And I think we should consider when we're uploading videos, like who specifically should watch them. We talk about this all the time, just having an audience focus. And it's not enough to say, I'm a channel that covers Disney parks. Are you a channel that covers Disney parks for the people who want to go there, or the people who can't go there and are just they haven't been in a while and they're just fascinated by what's going on? There's a channel I've watched in the past that goes to Disney and just covers the little things, like the little details, like there's this new restaurant, or there's these new things on this menu at this booth that I like. And it becomes like a vlog, and they're walking through the park. Maybe they'll ride a couple rides, but really they just kind of like go to the booth eventually. That's like the core of the video. And they're like, okay, I'm going to try this new thing they have at the booth, blah, 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 blah. It's more of this like fascination with like wow, like what's Disney up to? I've been to that park before, and this person's very charismatic, and I enjoy kind of being there with them. And that's what this video kind of feels like to me. Maybe if it was a bit longer, but yeah, like you're visiting the world's oldest restaurant. Now I'm just intrigued. I just want to know what's going on. I feel like I was going to button that up in another way, but I lost my train of thought. Hopefully, though, I think as we go on today, we'll nail in. Hopefully, for anyone who's new, how to find a target audience and really cater to them with every video. It's really just about understanding the goal of the entire channel.
Word.
All right, let's take a look at the first gaming channel we're seeing today. It's ItzCece Gaming. Games, Let's Plays, commentary. And we do indeed have all of that going on down below. So I'm on the videos tab right now. We have Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix. And we see the classic Let's Play structure here of same-ish title, kind of a few titles in one, right? We have the first intriguing bit, 2 worlds, 1 family, Kingdom Hearts, HD, 1.5 Remix, and then the part number, part 5. So these are what I would call but I haven't looked at the videos, but just by looking at the titles and thumbnails, Rob, I would call these the thing that I've been saying for a while now, an off-the-shelf experience. Whereby, if I buy Kingdom Hearts for myself and I go and play it, my experience will probably be very similar to yours, as if I bought it off the shelf and I'm just going to sit in my living room and play the game. And there could be a lot of interesting things that happen in your specific playthrough of Kingdom Hearts, but we're not getting that in the title and thumbnail. You've kind of used the same thumbnail template for every single episode of your series, and we're not getting a lot out of it. The differences in the titles, the Keyblade's Chosen One, it kind of feels like you're just chaptering the video game itself. But I want to know how your experience was different than what my experience was going to be like. What you could do is, once you finish the series, you could make a video that takes all of these parts and puts them into one like marathon giant video and make it titled something to the effect of Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix full playthrough. And then it's really clear what's going on. It's you fully playing through the game, but it's this nice long video. So if anyone does want that experience, they get it through you. And I'm suggesting that because Steam is about to release these games to Steam users. They've been kind of locked behind, I think, the Epic Game Store for a long time. So Kingdom Hearts is coming to Steam. More people are going to have access to it. And there could be kind of a resurgence in interest in this game. So if you are at the end of it says ending. So yeah, if you have all these parts done, you could consider that as a strategy. But I think on their own, these part numbered episodes aren't giving me enough to be, that gripped by what's going on. I could have this experience myself, and there's not a lot here that's giving me it's not encouraging me to watch. That's just the hard truth of the matter.
I think there is a slight enhancement on off-the-shelf gaming video experience, as you describe it, Dan, in the sense that if you mouse over one of the thumbnails, you can see that the creator is actually on camera. And maybe, hopefully, they're doing a commentary of their experience. So you probably do get a bit more than just playing the game with the sound on, but like no reaction to it. So I will give them credit for that. But as you say, if we go for the entire series, I don't think any of the videos got over 100 views. So there wasn't really a big audience kind of really connecting with this content. And as you say, I think they now have just finished this series because the latest video was on something new, which didn't look to be a Let's Play series. If you go back to the channel, I was just curious to know, or if you had something.
I did have one thing. First of all, wow.
It's probably not necessary to chapter them. I mean, Dan, here's a question. Would you even bother chaptering Let's Plays? Because it's not like a tips and tricks video where you want to get a specific answer to a specific question. I guess people want to enjoy the whole experience. So putting a timestamp every 20 seconds or so, that feels like unless it's AI driven in some way.
It could be. Yeah, I really hope you're not typing these out by yourself, because the time investment for you or whomever's doing this is outstanding if you're not using AI or some tool to help you with this. What I would say is, yes, I wouldn't. This is an hour-long video. I would not have chaptered it. In fact, it's weird that it's not showing up here on the timeline. I don't know if that's a bug or maybe
too
YouTube
many
added these.
timestamps.
Maybe too many. I don't think we need these. I think what you should do, if you take my advice and put all of these into one master video, then you chapter the part numbers, just those. It's just for the different streams you did. I'm assuming this is a live stream, and I say that because you have a Twitch channel linked here, and so this could be what we're looking at is a Twitch VOD channel where they're kind of doing a stream and re-uploading parts of the streams, which is a totally fine strategy, but there's different tips and tricks we can go into for that. Anyway, that's what I noticed. Go ahead.
I also noticed something else interesting, Dan. If you just go back to that same video, using another one of our amazing tools on the right-hand side, you can see that the creator has experimented with different titles. But the problem is all of the titles follow exactly the same format of some sort of a description of the scene or the section of the game they're playing, and then the keyword, I guess, stuffing or rich part, which is name of game, which part I'm playing. There's not enough variation there in the titles to really bother playing them too much. It's the same as having a thumbnail where like it's exactly the same thumbnail, but instead of having a blue background, you've got a green background. You'll get very subtle variations, but you need like almost like a completely different pitch to really understand whether it's having an impact on the performance of the video. And then the last thing I want to check, if you go back to the channel itself, is if you scroll down, I'm just curious if they've done this Let's Play experience before, which they have here. It looks to be with
Little Nightmares,
and
Walking
they
Dead.
were getting, and then here we are again with The Walking Dead, and you can see the same results are happening. They're getting maybe over 100 views on a couple of videos, but generally speaking, they're not gaining any momentum. They're not gaining any traction. So I feel as if this creator has to try and break out of this routine that they've got themselves into, which is Let's Play, then maybe a couple of individual videos on separate things, which this latest one's got 100 views. It's done better than any of the Kingdom Hearts Let's Plays. But then they'll move back into a Let's Play series. So maybe it's a question of not taking all of their Twitch content and perhaps just, for lack of a better word, dumping it onto their YouTube channel.
Yeah, there's different ways that streamers do that. If that's what's going on, I'm not certain.
Yeah,
that's
you could be
doing.
wrong.
But if you're going to take streams and repurpose them into videos, you could do it in this style where you just take parts of the stream and upload them like this. But in most cases that I've seen, channels get these types of views. They're under 100 views. They're for your most diehard fans. They're not really titled for like finding a new audience. But if you want to grow your stream, you need to grow an audience elsewhere, especially if you're on Twitch where there's no discoverability virtually. So my suggestion to this creator is to focus doing your streams and then make one giant video rather than breaking it up into all these little videos every single time. So to, like I said earlier, the chapters would be each different stream that you did, and you can make one giant video. And you could even, if you want to go above and beyond, you can take notes here and there after a stream is over. Try and like take quick notes of like parts that you would edit out or parts that you really want to highlight, and edit those down a little bit so they're not a full like 3-hour live stream. You've kind of boiled it down to the best bits, so we're not over editing. We're just kind of like making the experience better for that rewatch later on. So that is also a lot of work. But I mean, if you're going through and chaptering these minute by minute anyway, like you're already spending a lot of time. I'm just trying to say, spend that time differently. And then you have a bunch of videos that are the full playthrough. Those words are important. Full playthrough. There's other terms you can use that are recognizable on YouTube, but I see full playthrough all the time of a game, and then the more recent that game is, or the more popular that game is, the better. And you're playing games that I've definitely heard of. So, maybe you're playing Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix a little bit too late. Like this was a few months ago. I don't think this game was hot a few months ago. It might have been, and I'm wrong. But the more recent the game, the better. Like right now, a good one to have already done, starting it now might take a while, is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Just came out. People are really excited about it. And I think if you had a full playthrough of it go up shortly after it's released, like you just streamed the crap out of it and recorded all that, that would have been a nice big hit. So yeah, those are like my suggestions for repurposing content. The other thing we've seen a lot is, taking your content and making shorts from it. There's a lot of ways to do this. There's tons of streamers doing it. It looks like you're kind of making separate shorts. These don't look like stream highlights to me. Also fine. Just, thinking out loud about like how I would try and grow my live stream if I wanted to get people to come to my Twitch channel or my YouTube lives. I think I would just try to try different strategies that would encapsulate like, here's my stream, here's how fun it is, by like heavily edited repurposed stream content or just big meaty full playthrough kind of videos. There's a lot of ways you could do it and a lot of examples out there of channels that are doing this successfully. I think that's it. I think we covered it.
It does thus conclude our first gaming channel audit, and we will audit some more channels later. Sorry, Dan, we're both clicking a button at the same time. Regular viewers will know at this point, Rob gets a little angsty and a little itchy and likes to do self-indulgent stuff, but it does involve the community here, the vidIQ family. And the question I always ask at this point, because there are so many gamers here, is what video game have you been playing over the last week, and rate it out of 10, with 10 out of 10 being the best. Now, be very careful, because too many of you give your game ratings 9 or 10 out of 10, which means that, months, years down the line, you can't improve on your current gaming experience, which I just don't believe, right? And also, if you're not a gamer, then what do you do to take yourself away from the YouTube grind? Another passion that you're into, but isn't locked into views and click-through rate and watch time, something that you can enjoy. There we go. Some nice, honest opinions here from Lufair. Valorant, 0 out of 10. I don't know why. Never played the game.
I'm guessing their last round didn't go well.
Indeed. So, Dan, what game have you been playing? Now, I will agree, God of War, 10 of 10. I can accept that as an experience because that is an incredible game. But, Dan, what have you been playing recently?
I've been playing a bit of Diablo 4 still, enjoying the new season. RuneScape and Diablo 4, basically. And
Okay.
they're both fine. I don't have like a number rating. I would just say fine. Out of good to great, they're fine.
A fairly standard week for you then, if you want to keep clicking on some of the games that people have been playing. As people may have remembered from last week, I was running out of my PSN network subscription. So I needed to find a game to quickly play. And it was Infamous Second Son. And the reason I chose that was because it was from the developers who also made Ghost of Tsushima, which I found fantastic. And yeah, Dan, I enjoyed it. It was a 15-hour romp of a sandbox. Do all of the collectibles first, which makes you massively overpowered for the actual missions. I tend to do that. I tend to do all of the small stuff first, which means that when it comes to the missions, everything's very easy. And I equated it to a game called Crackdown, which you may have played on like the original, the Xbox 360 and up. And I would give that experience like a 5.5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10. It was good. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And so I'm now moving on to the latest Star Wars Jedi game. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Survivor. It's the second one in the series. I'm only an hour in, but it's already shaping up to it being an exceptional experience. And those are the games we've all been playing this week.
Yes, it's important to take breaks from YouTube, recharge your creative battery. And I'm not saying that facetiously. It's really, really important. If you've been doing the same thing on your channel for day in and day out, and you're like, I'm not getting views, I don't know what's happening, take a step back, take a break, especially if you're just on the grind, and just do something that's not YouTube related. Build something, play something, go on a hike, ride a bike. Just try to get yourself to reset a little bit and look at your channel with fresh eyes.
Shout out to Duck Gamer though, who gets the idea. Watching vidIQ. 999,999 out of 10. I agree. Right answer.
All right. So we have some more channels here that we've pre-selected for you. The next channel is the LawnFellas. This is one that Rob sent over.
Yeah.
So go for it.
So there is this curious, wonderful, interesting sub-niche that, on the face of it, is this interesting to an audience. Basically mowing your lawn channels, of which there are, I think, probably dozens that we've seen in the past. And some are very, very successful. I don't know if it's like almost visually satisfying experience or an experience, but channels can be very successful at this. And Dan, this channel seems to have got off to a good start with their, I don't what would you call it, a lawn care channel? I don't know what the specific definition of such a channel is, but if you scroll back to the top, they're currently at just shy of 3,000 subscribers, and they have occasional outlier videos. Like in the top row, you see this one from a month ago, which has 8,000 views. Then there are other videos which aren't as successful, 200 views and 900 views and 90 views. So we're kind of up and down with the view counts, which is interesting. Like, how can you get a more stable audience for each of their videos? And my first thought was trying to increase the total addressable market. So I'm wondering if one of the reasons why the oil change to Toro mowers in 10 minutes wasn't successful is because maybe you're being too specific about a certain piece of equipment that not that many people have. It's like if we were to do videos about how to grow a beauty channel, there are lots of creators who want to grow their channels, but we're alienating a large percentage of them if we only talk about beauty channels. So in this case, if this creator only talks about a certain brand of mower that they haven't already got an established audience with, they're not already an expert with, then this potentially can happen. And then the other thought was, if you do a search for lawn care, Dan, on YouTube, there was lots of, I guess, just fantastic ideas for videos. I think I did lawn care as a space, yeah. And well, first of all, if we look at the top video, we kind of have that experience or the dread of what happens. Now, the very top one, which I think was overgrown lawn.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she warned me and hoped her tall grass wouldn't scare me away. So I think everybody who has a lawn or a garden can kind of appreciate what can happen if you let it fester in that sense. And then if we scroll down, I think there were some more just interesting ideas that I think this channel can borrow from to appeal to their audience. I mean, there's one just very basic here: beginner lawn care tips, how to improve your lawn in 4 easy steps. This channel has 35,000 subscribers, but they have 250,000 views. So this was an outlier. I'm sure the creator could take this idea, put their own spin on it, a slightly different title, slightly different thumbnail, but we're getting into the season now where people are probably searching for this. If we scroll further down, Dan, then there was a couple more which just caught my interest. There was one in particular. Keep going. I'm hoping we're getting the same results. Keep going a little bit more up. There was like a transformational thumbnail, which just like was chef's kiss. Is it there? Is it there? Keep going a little bit more. All right, it's not going to show it, is it? It was an example of a lawn which was kind of in disrepair. I mean, this is a good example. If you scroll up, that one where on the right-hand side, it's like lush green. It's been really watered, I guess. On the other side, maybe it's dried out in the sun, perhaps. Or there's some interesting transformation there. But there was another one where it was, the thumbnail was beautiful. But I just think all of these title ideas are something that the creator can really use for their own content to try and broaden out the audience. Not with every video, but like with some high discovery piece of content.
Yeah.
And I mean, going back to the channel itself, I thought the thumbnails were of a fairly decent.
I wanted to. Sorry,
Dan, if you got something to tell us, go ahead.
Yeah, I do want to go back to the main channel. I just looking at this, I wanted to talk about the difference between maybe this channel and the one we were looking at. So Phil's Lawn Care looks to me like more of an entertainment channel than one that helps people with like practical tips. Now, these videos,
this one, isn't it?
Yeah, these videos are 40 minutes long. There's probably plenty of practical tips in there, but they are going for, hey, even if you don't have a lawn, maybe you rent an apartment in New York, like you might just find these kind of fascinating. So the channel we were looking at originally, the channel that sent in was go back. Way more technical and for very specific problems, and these are still helpful, but I'd say this is more like searchable, and it is for people who definitely have lawns and definitely have lawnmowers of specific brands, makes, and models. So that to me is like two different audiences, and that's again just you. I do have a channel focus. I'm focused on lawn care. It's like, well, who lawn care for who? That's the point I was trying to get across earlier, and that's what I'm seeing with this channel versus the ones we just looked at.
If we look at these two thumbnails in the middle here, is kind of a good example of how the packaging can appeal to an audience or not. On the left-hand side, best accessory for your tire inflator. I think that has broad appeal. You look at the one next to it. I tested my mic with every lawn equipment. So this is you testing a microphone to see which one allows a better sound quality. That seems very, very niche, very nuanced. Who specifically needs to know how well your mic performs when he's next to a mower? I don't know. Maybe
lawn care channels.
Yeah, maybe other lawn care channels, Dan.
Yeah. Yes. So that's kind of an example of like video to video. The focus kind of changes a little bit. This is interesting and probably fun for your regular viewers. But yes, it's not something that most people even think to do because most people aren't mic'd while they're mowing a lawn. So it's just kind of that like taking a step back when you have a video idea and going like, well, does this resonate with my audience? Does this resonate with, who am I trying to attract to this video? If it's not my audience, am I trying to branch out and get a new audience and would people watch this? So those are like the questions I think channels need to be asking.
And then on the thumbnails, I think they're of a generally good standard. I like the text that's used. It's very readable, very easy. You kind of blur in the background on some of these, trying to get the viewer to focus on a specific something. I think that the problem, though, in many of these is you're trying to direct our eye to something, but it's never quite clear specifically what. I'm looking at this one in the middle. The pros won't tell you this. Achieve a green lawn in 3 simple steps. I feel as if that has broad appeal, but then the arrow points to an emoji where their mouth is zipped closed, and then they're on a machine, but I can't really work out the machine. I feel as if visually this could be a lot cleaner and simpler and maybe tease a bit more what this thing is, because right now you're kind of duplicating the thumbnail and the title. The pros are holding something back, but you've not teased what that might be. Top right-hand corner, even though this one has performed well, I know the secret, how to scrape your mower deck fast and easy. Secret weapon. To me, that looks like a lightsaber that you're circling.
Why is it blurred too?
So yeah, again, like the creator's kind of almost there. That they're making the right, they're having the right ideas, but the execution just isn't quite on point with some of these. But there's plenty of potential here.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think this video still helped a lot of people. I mean, if you've ever needed to do this with a lawnmower, it's a chore. And the first thing you'd probably do if you're getting sick of it is go to YouTube and like, does anyone have like a hack for this? And so there's nothing wrong with the audience I think they are targeting with their more popular videos. I think this is great. I think it's helpful. And I think people who aren't just watching lawn care videos just for like the aesthetics really need channels like yours to help with very specific problems. So I want to commend the channel for that. I think that sometimes like this microphone video, I don't want to be mean or anything. It just feels like they wanted to get a video out that day. And they're like, well, this is like a somewhat interesting kind of idea. But the consideration for like their regular audience, especially compared to even their last video, wasn't there as much, So it just, I would kind of focus on quality over quantity. Not that this didn't kill your channel or anything. Your next video did fantastic compared to it. It's fine. It just, if you upload something like this and you're wondering like, what the heck? I've had videos that get way more views recently. What happened? It's never guaranteed. Video to video, your next video, let's say your last video was 18,000 views, your next video could easily be 53 views. And those are real numbers that happened here. 18,000 views, 53 views. There's no
contrast, yeah.
Right. There's no bar that you've cleared. Okay, now I'll always get 18,000 views. It's really dependent video by video on the ideas and the value you bring your audience.
So yeah, the contrast there between the best budget mower blade. So it looks as if they have some authority with blades, specifically with mowers. And then the next video is cleaning your floor. So we've gone indoors. That feels like a leap for the audience, in my opinion. I'm just curious, Dan, click on the can you hear me now? I'm just curious to know, if they at least included the affiliate link, the mic one. So you don't have to play it. I'm just wondering, like, hey, if you included the affiliate link to buy this, then hey, maybe it was worth it. So yeah, you did include affiliate links there. Because maybe if it's only got 300 views, but if you were able to sell 10 microphones, is that as good as getting 1,000 views and the AdSense that might come from it?
Yeah, that's a good point. And I'm just popped into my head, but it kind of feels like there's like a collab opportunity with maybe like another tech channel or something. Like, like, hey, I'm gonna do this microphone review. Maybe we could do something together. I have no idea, but that just popped in my head. Like, oh, I wonder if they know any tech channels, because that does seem like a very techie video.
Can I use a short SM7B while mowing the lawn, and you got to have like a
streamer set up on a lawnmower
attached to the back of yourself and what was it, cloud lifter over a shoulder strap? But hey, at least it sound good.
The ultimate lawnmower streaming setup, and you just got this thing built on top of your lawnmower with a mic arm and monitors and
yeah.
All right, LawnFellas, great channel name, by the way, and congrats on your success. Definitely doing a lot right here, but definitely some focus on audience, and I think you'll be more consistently getting those greater view counts. All right, we have one more pre-selected channel before we move on to random selected channels. Well, and then we have something before that even too, but don't worry, we're doing random soon. It's Javed VFX. They're looking to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you're getting there. 626 right now, 21 videos. That's really not bad for 21 videos. And this channel is focused on the Unreal Engine. This is a gaming engine, and they are helping people basically get better at it. They kind of listed themselves as an education channel, and when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I see. So education, yes, you can be an education channel, but specifically game engines, specifically Unreal Engine, and making specific things in a specific engine. So audience focus is spot on with this channel. And we're looking at a video right now from 13 days ago, Unreal Engine 5 beginner tutorial. So starter course. And what's cool is it says make this inside Unreal Engine. I mean, the scenery looks incredible, and it's a nice big long video too. So this was probably one of their more like long form projects. This took them a while to make. They really put in the time and effort, and we can see that being rewarded here with the view counts compared to these other videos. I would say, having done videos like this myself, you can't do this every time, especially if you upload frequently like this creator does. You're not going to be uploading videos that are this long and this detailed every single upload unless you're taking a really long time between uploads. But we can see the upload frequency here is not allowing for that. But you can do these little things and then eventually take them and compile them into a longer lesson. And that might be what happened here. It's pretty cool.
So I can see that one, Dan, the 30 minutes tutorial, and then in the row below they have another beginner tutorial which is 47 minutes long. Any other big tutorials if we just scroll through the rest of the channel? Those are only two, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
And then I think the latest video is a slightly longer one as well at 16 minutes. Because I'm just curious why they're all titled exactly the same.
Yeah, there is a bit of like, maybe this is the thing. Maybe they're trying to do this more frequently because, like, hey, when I do the beginner tutorial,
yeah,
it works for me. Unreal Engine 5 beginner tutorial, Unreal Engine 5 beginner tutorial, starter course, 2024. Yeah, using the hashtags. So it is now we're talking about a situation where maybe you're ranking in search for perhaps this one. Are you diminishing your own search results? Because now if I find all these videos, I'm gonna be like, well, wait a minute, which one should I start with? So I don't know. There's a little bit of like give and take here, because we would say, hey, this worked for you, why not do more of this? That advice can't be copy pasted to just any video. If we're just being thoughtful with our audience, maybe there's a beginner tutorial, an intermediate tutorial, and an expert tutorial, and then you can compile all of those into one like masterclass or something like that. But it is starting to get a little bit confusing.
And then just for further context, the top two rows are clearly Unreal Engine 5. What's below it, because the thumbnails are quite different, is this Blender that they were previously focused on. Yeah. With some success there, but then, oh no, that was Unreal Engine as well. So a bit of both. And now it feels as if maybe from those 4,000 views and 6,000 view videos and 18,000 views.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just hang on. There's a Blender one that's just a one-off, isn't it? I'm starting to. No, there's a couple of Blender ones. So yeah, they did have some spiky views. They had some consistent views about a year ago. Like all of them had thousands of views. There are also down, if you just scroll up again, what looks to be, is it like the final result little videos? The one that's 15 seconds long, the one that's 7 seconds long. That kind of sums up what they were developing in these tutorials, perhaps.
Yeah, I think so. Make this inside Unreal Engine in just 5 minutes.
I'm curious if there could be recycled as shorts as opposed to these sticking them in with the rest of their content.
I could remember
I haven't done any shorts for a while, maybe.
I would say general cinematics, probably not great for shorts, but I made my first game, feels like a story being told. And that was this video here too, how I made my own first-person shooter game in Unreal Engine. Have you made any other games? I mean, a game is a very big endeavor, but that's why this video got so many views. So that, like, it's just an impressive thing to achieve. So I would be looking at these videos and not say, oh, well, this title and thumbnail worked. It's more about like why did these videos get views? It's because they meet a specific need or they're really, really impressive. And ultimately, I think people, when they watch stuff like this, they want to learn. You know, when I was dabbling in like game development, I watched videos like this all the time because I just wanted to see, like, I wanted to know this developer's specific story. And every single developer who has a YouTube channel has a different story and a different approach. They use a different engine. So there's so much room in the space to like share your experiences.
I think certainly the larger tutorials are very valuable because you're basically giving away Skillshare or Udemy courses for free.
Yeah.
What the other one that's of intrigue to me is make an underwater scene in Unreal Engine. That strikes me as the creator thinking to themselves, what do game developers often want to try and create first or understand? And I guess one of those is the underwater effects or the water effects. So I would be thinking about, when I'm not doing these epic tutorials, which probably consume quite a lot of time, the videos interspersed with those longer efforts are asking the common game developer questions. And, you know, what are the common game developer questions? Is it like how to stop your character walking through a wall, or how to stop objects clipping through other objects? I'm sure there's probably like a top 10 of game developer questions that need answering that you can address with future content. And I guess you just use Unreal Engine 5 as the conduit for it. So it's going to be how to do blank in Unreal Engine 5 would be the least path to resistance to creating solid utility content.
Yeah. So if we're talking about shorter tutorials, this is what I imagine. I'm making a game. I'm stuck on adding water to my landscape. So I'm not going to look for a giant tutorial about Unreal Engine because I already know how to use it. And I'm not going to look for a video about landscapes in general because I already have a landscape. I just need this one specific thing. So you can make videos like this that are a few minutes long that answer that one specific issue. And it looks like that I bring this up because they're trying to do this. It's just that they're trying all kinds of things. And so what if you sat down and wrote a bunch of ideas like this one, right? Where it's like, okay, water, trees, dirt, you know, just start to think first in landscapes, and then think about player models, and then think about fire and effects, and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Like, there's so many, like when you play a modern video game, especially one that's like in a 3D environment, there are so many little details that people who probably understand the engine well enough need to learn how to add. So you can make content for them. That's the more like intermediate and expert content. And then you can still start from scratch once in a while and update your beginner guide. But I wouldn't be updating your beginner guide every week or every 2 weeks or month or whatever it is. You know, I would we like to update our gaming video guide every year, for example, right? Like by the time a year has passed, I've learned a lot more about the gaming space on YouTube. I have way more examples to share. There's tips that are outdated, and there's a reason I go back to that video every single year. But this feels like we're kind of competing with ourselves right now, and that's not helpful. This feels like we're scratching the surface of something really, really interesting. But let's simplify the titles. Get rid of these hashtags. They don't do anything on YouTube, and they're 100% useless. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Just delete them. You can do it right now if you want to on your current videos. Delete your hashtags. They're stupid. And then the title will look a lot simpler. You have a 2-line title right here, and these hashtags are making it hard to read. So now it says make an underwater scene in Unreal Engine 5. Boom. I would have maybe put the value in the title a little bit more, like 5-minute underwater scene in Unreal Engine 5. I don't know, something like that. But again, like, let's think about more videos like this. Look at the thumbnail examples we just saw. See if you can learn from them. See if you can not duplicate, but like learn from them and replicate them in your own thumbnail voice. You know.
Can I just say I'm not associating myself with Dan's blanking statement that hashtags are useless and a waste of time.
Hey, look,
I just want to be clear on that.
Look at this. Look, they're blue. Okay, let me click on that. Oh, this is so helpful. I'm so glad I clicked on this hashtag.
It's not unhelpful.
Look at
anyway,
look at everything related to the hashtag Unreal Engine from the channels that bothered to put it in their hashtags. Oh, thank goodness.
Can we go back for a second? Can we go back for a second? Another just thought I had here is potentially tying this into cultural trends and phenomenons, if possible. My example might be creating the Deadpool character in Unreal Engine 5, or the fight between Wolverine and Deadpool, which we've seen the trailers for. I'm wondering if that might be an interesting alternative approach. Just again, indulge me, Dan. Can you put Unreal Engine 5 Deadpool? I'm just seeing if anybody has done this.
Yeah,
a lot. Not in, but with no success. And hang on, so all of these are ancient. Oh, one fairly recent one from 8 months ago. I don't know, maybe that's not a good idea then. I was just thinking like creating popular characters and scenes and settings through the Unreal Engine 5 might be an interesting approach. And the reason I'm saying that is because I think most people became aware of Unreal Engine 5 through the Matrix kind of tech demo that they did. Am I right?
I don't remember.
That was a Matrix, wasn't it? I seem to believe. And that led me to the other question. Are any games actually using this engine yet? Because I've heard so much about it, and then I've never established whether any recent video games are actually using this engine yet.
I'm sure.
Because it looks incredible when you see the tech demos, but then I'm not seeing any games that are incredibly reflecting the engine. But I don't know. Again, I'm a complete novice to the game developer world. I could be completely wrong here.
So, real quick on hashtags, because I think I caused a kerfuffle. Real quick. Using them like this doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, right? Now, to hashtags credit, if you were doing something where you were asking people to submit a video to something you were like, we could do this. We could be like, hey, submit your videos using the hashtag vidIQ, please look at my channel. So you could put that in the description. I still wouldn't clutter your title, and it's the same effect.
I agree with that.
If we put it in the search bar, we will find all the videos related to that hashtag. And for a specific need, that's great. I feel the reason I'm so like annoying when I'm saying don't use them in your title like this is because TikTok, people do that all the time, and it makes more sense. They have more of a purpose on TikTok. YouTube doesn't really utilize them in the same way, but I think people like they make content on multiple platforms and they come to this platform and they try and use the same exact copy paste strategy, and it's not the same. All it does to my eyes, it just clutters your title unnecessarily. You can put them in your description. You could do up to 3 and they're still clickable. And if you want to categorize videos in that way, I would make your hashtag really unique, because the hashtag render, is anyone really using this to find what they're looking for on YouTube? Or are they just going to use the search bar and type in like render Unreal Engine 5? Like no one is like, I could be wrong. Maybe there's a whole younger generation of people that are like, I need a render hashtag so I can see all the videos about rendering. But again, at least do me a favor and put them in your description, because they work exactly the same without cluttering your title. My goodness.
Shout out to aRandomKaz, who's calling me out for my gaming naivety, not realizing that all of these games apparently use the Unreal Engine 5. But why would Fortnite need to use the Unreal Engine 5?
I don't know. What do I know?
Or Unreal 5 engine? I don't know. Whatever.
What are you asking me for?
I don't know who I'm asking. I'm
All
just
right.
trying to dig myself further into this hole.
We have super chats, and we got one more channel to look at before we get into random selections. Let's start with this last channel, then we'll do super chats, then randoms. All right, ready? Now, we have a Discord server, and Victoria has set this up so that this time, if you wanted a channel review, you could join us in a little Discord, I want to say competition, friendly competition. So it was about making a description, a funny or witty description about a video. You pick any video and make a description about it. The winning description. Both hated and loved by the internet. This video has misled a lot of internet users for years, and it's just a guy that sings and dances. Rob, what video do you think they were writing a description for?
Is it the evolution of dance?
No. Would you like to see it? You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Well, I've just been rickrolled, and we've just been copyright claimed. Damn.
I played it for 2 seconds.
I know. I
know. So there you go. So the channel that we're looking at is aRandomKaz.
Oh, the guy who just called me out.
253 subscribers, 80 videos, and look at the top row of videos, all outliers.
Wow.
Should we take credit for this?
No.
Oh, come on. Look what they were doing before. The one outlier, and then all these videos that didn't even come close.
So let's try and determine the thread. How are they able to play different games from a nostalgic period and have now a perceived audience? Click on one. Let's just check the engagement for these. So 50 likes. How many comments?
Came out with mirrors.
Okay.
15 comments. Yeah, this seems about right.
Seems organic enough to me.
You're not cheating. That's good. This is cool. I like the way these videos are titled. They're covering games you've probably heard of before, and it does seem like they're doing like small like video essays on like the Hulk, one of the games of all time. Ghost in the Shell, PS1's Forgotten Child. Like, this is pretty cool. Now, what happened with the previous row? Everyone is after me. Brick the Chad is just built different, featuring RNG therapy.
Yeah.
PUBG at 6 a.m. We organized a blank race, GTA RP. So
more entertainment content, it sounds like to me.
Yes. They pivoted to looking specifically at different games, and so there's some nostalgia here. There's a narrative going on. Just by looking at the titles and thumbnails, you feel like you're gonna, get some thoughts on these games you definitely have played before.
Yeah.
These feel like they're more intentional. The thumbnail style changed a little bit. I like it. Interesting pivot.
I feel as if the packaging of the most recent videos is driven a lot more by the title than the thumbnail. The thumbnail just seems to be the establishing shot almost of, it's Spider-Man 2. PC CD-ROM. That feels a bit antiquated. This version of Spider-Man 2 is Unreal. Hey, was it made by the Unreal Engine? I don't know. I guess there's a bit of curiosity generated there. So, Dan, can we click on it and maybe watch the first 10 to 15 seconds?
Spider-Man 2 was one of the most revolutionizing Spider-Man games in general, mainly because they did the whole web swinging on buildings and actually sticking to things. Yeah, we're not talking about that one. We're talking about this one.
Pause. Okay, so there's a nice little joke and a setup there in the first 15 seconds, which is cool. From me, that you get the vibe of a creator and their delivery immediately. So, yeah, I'd say this pivot is effective, and it's now a case of just leaning into this thread and theme that they've established going forward.
I like that the videos seem to be more written now. You know, they've actually taken time on. I want to say a script. Maybe it's just bullet point notes or whatever, but it definitely feels planned. Whereas when I see PUBG at 6 a.m., this doesn't feel planned. This feels like maybe a fun moment or a bunch of fun moments from your just a general playthrough.
Mm.
And I wonder if you continue down this road for a while. Like, what if you did this for, let's see, a few more months?
I'd say so. 3 to 6 months, which is going to give you 12 to 25 videos.
Yeah. Where will your channel be? And then the question would be like, do you miss videos like this? And if so, do you miss them enough to like pivot back? Like how would you approach that? And I'm not exactly sure. I think this is a struggle for gaming channels. I think we capture fun moments sometimes, and maybe our channel is about video essays, but we're like, I have these cool things that I'm doing on my live stream. Where can I share them? And that's where you start to see people have like different spin-off channels. Like, you know, this is my live stream clips channel or whatever. This is like I'm going like directly for like the Josh Strife Hayes strategy of like, you know, he's got his main channel where he does his deep dives on old school MMORPGs, but then he has like a clips channel for his like stream moments. He's got a VOD channel for all his just live streams straight up uploaded to YouTube. So you could go that route, but this is cool. And I encourage you to continue down this thread for a while.
Can you just scroll through the rest of their content?
Mm-hmm.
Just to see how many views are we getting prior. So it looks to me, with the exception of a couple of, there are a couple of outliers.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering, Dan, if this creator should do something, and it's quite a radical idea. But if you scroll back to the top, what you'll notice is that they were doing their other gaming stuff for a period of time, and then they took a big break. So,
oh yeah, 6 months.
In the second line, like everyone is after me 6 months ago, and then the last 4 videos are all in the last month.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say if I suggested they unlist all of their videos except for the top 4 videos?
Mm.
In the sense that everything else was kind of like a different slants, entertainment style content. Maybe they are still bringing in viewers, but it's all quite different to what I'm doing now. And there's such a clear focus now that I guess what the creator would ideally want is, let's say they watch this version of Spider-Man 2 is Unreal. They enjoy that. The only option YouTube has is to serve up one of these other 3 videos, which seem to be interconnected in some way. Discuss.
I used to give that advice, so like without even thinking about it, right? Just okay. Oh yeah, why not? But the more I think about it, and like I watch these larger gaming channels, and a lot of them proudly keep their old videos. And
very true.
Sometimes they reference them, like if it comes up while they're streaming or something, it's like you can go back and look at my first videos and see where I started. You know, like you know, we'll go to Doug. We'll go to
today Twitch chat and
we'll go to oldest. Like this is how it started, you know. And the videos look healthy now, but where were they? We don't know how these performed when they first came out. And you know, people went back in time. So you could. It just depends on what kind of YouTube journey you want. If this is just you going forward now and you don't care about that kind of like sentimentality of it all, then yeah, you could unlist the old ones. Because yes, there is a bit of a danger there, right? Like YouTube's going to recommend these videos to somebody. But after a while, you're going to build up a whole library of these videos. And it probably won't be a big deal, but I don't know. I'm just saying these videos are doing well despite all of these videos.
And let me be clear, I'm not saying you should delete these videos off the channel or anything. No. It would be just to unlist them. But this was more a conversation rather than a suggestion. The reason I say that is because I've seen another channel do this, because they've been kind of playing around with different video game ideas, and then they latched onto this specific idea, and they've unlisted everything other than the videos that they're making now, and I thought, oh, that's really interesting. They've now got this catalog of about 10 to 15 videos that are all interconnected, and now all YouTube can do is recommend more of the good stuff as opposed to the more random stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, conversation, not like decision making.
Right, of course. Decide what's best for you. All right, we got a bunch of super chats, and Rob. Hey, Travis.
Hey, yo. Hey,
yo, what's happening?
How goes? How goes? I'm here for a short time, not a long time. Wait, hold on. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Oh,
okay. Well, we have
Right.
super chats. We're bringing you in for super chats and then randoms.
Cool. Let's do that.
All right. Well, first up, we have actually a membership renewal, 1 month for Spazzy Games. Is today the day we get our first channel review? Maybe. Oh. Sorry.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Scratch and Spoon Lotto says, good morning and happy Tuesday. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. Silly Bros gave us a super. Thank you. Devonte Talkaholic became a YouTube member.
That's like with custom sound effects, by the way. If anybody's new, they get custom sound effects if they become a member or it's a member sending a message. And they get that for 1 week and then it resets.
Yes. Spooner's Web says, can I post multiple game genres on the same channel, or do I need to pick one channel per genre? I want to keep things fresh by making different videos, but worry about spreading myself too thin as a family man. I'm just going to jump in and say, linked in the description of this video are a bunch of gaming videos. The first one is the updated gaming advice video, I believe, from this year. And what I would tell you is that I've changed my stance on this dramatically, depending on how you're approaching this content. So your channel shouldn't be, in my opinion, okay, well, I got to play this one game. It's how you play the game. So genre can matter a lot, because the channels that I think of that play multiple games do typically stick to one genre. But we were just on Doug's channel. He bounces from genre. You got 2D platformers, you got Skyrim, he's got all kinds of stuff, but it's the way he plays the game. So think about what makes you as a YouTuber unique and consider that above all else.
And yeah, why do you watch other gaming channels that play different games? We're looking for a through line, something that connects all of these adventures together. It might be the creator themselves, or it might be the idea and the concept that they bring to those games.
ALFPL. Best programs for TNs. I'm using Google Slides. TNs.
What's a TN?
Help us out here. Does anyone know what a TN is?
Little help in the chat there.
Just let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to see if anyone has an answer for us. Thumbnails? Okay, if people are saying thumbnails.
Maybe that's it.
Okay, that's an abbreviation. So they're using Google Slides. That makes more sense. So they're using Google Slides to make thumbnails. John recommended one, PhotoP.
PhotoP, it's a little bit complicated, but I love Canva because it's really pretty easy. There's a free version of it. I used it for years.
It's a solid place to start, Canva, but you do get into the templates very quickly, and then you kind of get spotted as a Canva template thumbnail channel, and we'll point that out if we see one.
Yep. Try not to just stick to their templates, basically.
Yeah.
Carlis, sorry. Do you need to submit the channel review form each stream? Yes, or they log for all time. You do need to submit every single stream, because we clear the form for the new viewers.
Imagine keeping a list for the last even just 3 weeks and not clearing it. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, when we go to the lists here, you'll see that there's over 500 on one of the lists alone.
Well, let's play a little game here. I'll give everyone an answer in a few moments, but I'm going to ask you all now, how many channels do you think have submitted for this live stream over the last 6 months? And that can be repeat submissions. So how many channel submissions do you think we've got in total? I'm going to find that answer out for you.
I was going to say, do you know the answer?
Yeah, we can get the answer. I will get the answer for you.
On the poll I posted earlier, it has almost 2,100 votes. And is this your first vidIQ live stream? 54% said yes. So that's a lot of new people every single week that say, yeah, this is my first one. And it's always like almost 50-50. That's a lot of people saying that, oh yeah, I'm going to submit for the first time today.
There's a lot of really high guesses here. 26,000, 30,000, 12,000, 5,000.
So yeah, high numbers here. I'm just quickly going through all of these. Blah 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 blah.
100,000.
Very
It's
exotic.
100,000. 1,700. Yeah.
So the answer, this is probably the closest. Well, this is for the non-gaming channel form only.
Okay.
We've had 11,308 submissions in the last 3 months. Is
3
that right?
months.
Wow.
Oof.
And that's one form. That's out
Right.
of 2.
Yeah. So double that. And then think about how long we've been doing this live stream.
And even more surprising, we only do this particular stream once a week. It's not like we're doing it 5 days a week. That's one time a week. So what is that? 3 months times 4? That's 2. I can't do math like that. It's a little bit too high for me. But that's that's only a couple live streams, not that many.
So we have a super here from Lee. Thank you. Appreciate it. JNO's World or Juno's World just went full time on YouTube. Congrats. It's scary, but boy, it's fun. I remember going. I don't know if I could talk over that or not.
Congratulations.
I
Fantastic.
remember going into the bathroom at my 9 to 5 watching and taking notes from these streams.
Wait. Huh?
That's both cool and
very highly sus.
creepy.
Where's the sus sound effect? We need
I don't have one.
we need the sus sound effect.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I mean, I'm assuming you just snuck away and had to go pretend to use the bathroom. You wouldn't actually watch this on the toilet, I imagine, right?
I mean, listen, Toilet Squad in the house. Anyone hashtag Toilet Squad.
I beg your pardon. Who? What?
Toilet Squad.
Toilet Squad. People who watch YouTube on the toilet. Just like on front page check. Toilet Squad.
All right, maybe that's what we'll call our new membership tier. Prompt Circle AI says, I've been making YouTube videos regarding building AI automation. Sub count went up with some promos, but very little watch time. Any recommendations? Okay, don't use promos.
Yeah, don't use promos. Yeah.
Please
We've
don't use
talked
promos.
about this, but yeah, don't do it.
Your sub count may have gone up. How much did that cost? And do you really think those viewers are coming back? Like you're not seeing your watch time go up. How are your views since using the promos? I imagine they went right back to pre-promo days because all you're doing is taking a video someone didn't ask to watch and trying to get them to watch a few seconds of it. You know, they clicked on something else and YouTube served them an ad that you paid for. That was your video. It doesn't do anything. If you have a product or a service, that's great. Like if you're selling these tools, then that makes way more sense. You make an ad and you put it in the promo tab because it's an ad. But don't use promos for your channel. It's no way to grow.
Agreed.
VIF Gaming channel is exploding 37,000% due to shorts. Congrats.
Awesome.
That I love YouTube for that reason. Like the percentages sometimes are ridiculous. Shan Caravan says, why do some shorts get thousands of views and then some get shown to no one at 0 views, all from the same channel?
I've made a speculative video about this, how you have to treat views as impressions with shorts, where that's the only way they can test the video with an audience. If you're saying videos are literally getting 0 views from a short, then I'm always a little suspicious about, I don't know, the content of a channel, because if a short is getting literally 0 views, then it's not being shared, discovered at all. So is it restricted in some way? Is there an issue with the content? But yeah, we made a video about it. So I can't remember what it's called. It's like, why I'll have to check. Because we titled it something good to get people to watch it.
That's kind of what we do over here at vidIQ. We
Yeah,
title our things good so people will watch them.
We titled good here.
We use good words.
We
I
titled
should've done it
good.
now.
We put words good together. So
Yes.
video you watch.
Titles good, thumbnails mediocre. Watch you now.
You watch. Tube you.
You.
All right. Anyway.
Okay, next question. I'll just leave that one there for a sec. Is there a free video editing app I should use? DaVinci Resolve is a nice, big, meaty video app that is free.
Isn't
There's also
free aspects of CapCut?
those are the two I think a lot of people would recommend. And Carlos is back and says, how can I get chat on screen like that? We are using StreamYard. So it's a tool that we could pull up any chat message, but specifically like supers and memberships are put into like another tab for us. And yeah, that's how we just saw this one come in from Isaac. So thank you, Isaac. But yeah, we're using StreamYard. And there's probably other ways. If you use OBS or something, there's probably other ways to do that. Get messages on the screen. But this makes it really, really, really easy. Like stupid easy.
All right. The video is called Why YouTube Shorts Suddenly Stop Getting Views.
Oh,
That's the title of it.
It's so complicated, that title.
That's awesome.
And then one more here before we get back into random selections. Cool Shows says, any word on when we all get the channel guidelines feature? I've been waiting years. I really want it because I like my comments family friendly. Channel guidelines are specific to live streams, I think. I don't think they're in your comments.
Shouldn't this be available to everybody?
It should be.
It should be available now. Yeah.
It's in the settings, right?
Yeah.
Settings, community, and channel guidelines. Although it does say it's still experimental, the feature.
Oh,
Well, we've had this for eons at this point.
my recommendation would be to get good word filtering. Use YouTube's automatic tools for like word filtering as well. They have some pretty strict tools. If you're live streaming, pin a comment and tell people to like look at your rules, keep chat family friendly. You could do it like that too. But all the guidelines do for you is the first time you go to chat in someone's channel, you try and click the button to chat and it pops it up in front of them first and makes them say like, okay. So that's all they do. And people will still break the rules. It's just important to have good moderation and just be clear with people like what your expectations are.
Yep. All right, let's see these channels you were talking about.
Oh yeah, we have some channels. So last week the CLAAAW was in the shop and we had a really efficient system for picking channels. Unfortunately, I spent a lot of money fixing the CLAAAW, and so I am contractually obligated to do this. All right, the CLAAW's back.
Guess who's back?
Yes.
Back.
The CLAAW is here to pick random numbers. So if we open up the screen again, we can go in to the forums. We see 526 responses on the non-gaming forum and 407 on the gaming forum. So yeah, this is easy. All we have to do is tell the CLAAW, welcome back. We have 526 people waiting for channel audits that are non-gaming channels. Can you please pick one for us?
I'll be back in a second. This will take a while.
The CLAAW has had some upgrades while in the shop. It shouldn't take that much longer, but it will still take a minute. I mean,
Nothing happened yet.
Here we go again, eh, Dan? Right. Non-gaming channels are a hoot. So I guess I get a breather from Gamer Babble today. What joy. Oh, and by the way, I learned about your little browser plugin. Classy move, replacing a classic with digital nonsense.
Oh.
All right then, drumroll please. Number 317. I can hardly contain my excitement.
oh, so it knows about that.
She's throwing shade at our tools.
Yeah, what the heck, bro?
Oh no, it means my browser extension where it can pick.
Oh,
random
that.
numbers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot you made that.
It's a little salty about that. Sorry, CLAAW. So, all right, we've picked a shorts channel. I don't know how to read it, but here we go.
It says it's telling horror stories.
Wojak telling stories. Okay, there we go. That I like that it's broken up here. 199 subscribers. Congrats. Just a handful of shorts. I don't want to click any because I'm worried about the content within the
We
shorts.
kind of need to, though, don't we, to understand what on earth is going on here. Explanation in the comments. Explanation in comments.
That feels like something that they saw worked somewhere and then they just decided to do it. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
They're making it interactive in some way. So Dan, I don't know. Do you want to play immediately pause and then look at the comment, or
I'm
do you
curious.
dare not do that?
Okay.
Right, pause.
I paused. Ah! It's gotten away from me. Go back. Okay.
Pain, suffering.
Okay, hold on. Everyone just calm down. Let's just
I don't think I can.
I'll mute the tab, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, comments. In the remote countryside of Germany remains an unsolved, deeply chilling incident. The hitchhike something farm home to the Gruber family was the site of one of the most horrifying unsolved. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look how long that is.
Goodness. Right.
Okay.
Hang on. So,
Wait.
this is interesting. Are they all like that? Is
Yes.
the description longer
Than the
than
video.
you'll be able to dictate it in a short?
That's too much work. Let's assume yes.
Is it like is this an audit VD hack? Like,
It'll just keep replaying while they're trying to read the comment.
yeah, but
Hmm.
would you pause the short to read the description, or would you just let the short play in the background while you're reading the description?
I would scroll to the next short.
How often do people even look at descriptions in shorts? Would be my question.
It's comments. They
Yeah.
pinned a comment.
Oh, it's a comment.
It's in the title, Dan. So I'm up to Travis over to kind of spelling out what you need to do.
I don't know. But I mean, listen, they're getting a lot of views on their shorts,
Yeah.
by the by.
Yeah.
But that might be more. That might actually have more to do with the content than it does anything to do that they're doing in the, in the pinned comment or whatever. But who knows? Like, I mean, it works.
My worry is basing your strategy on the current way the YouTube UI works.
Mhm.
May be a bit of a concern because something in the future may break how these shorts are explained. Whether I don't know whether you can't pin a comment in the future or like there's a comment limit. So something that might be working now, just be aware that it might not work in the future. But as Travis says, if it's working right now, it's a curious way to do this. But I don't know. I don't know what to suggest.
Yeah, I think keep doing what you're doing, I guess, would be the advice for now, because there's just not a lot here. You kind of just started. And this is really good progress in terms of subs and everything for 9 videos.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They may not be for me, but they're definitely for somebody.
I guess one more question, Dan. Goes for the most popular one. I want to see how many other comments there are beyond the pin comment.
It just like shot down to this one. Oh, this is okay. This is probably the one.
So that has 60 comments.
People seem to be into it.
I mean, it's rare. Typically, you don't get that many comments on shorts. How many views does this have?
It had 13,000.
That's a healthy number of comments for a video of that length, and it had quite a lot of likes as well. So
700 something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be again. I kind of want to watch one of these to try and understand how they get people to the end of a short and then to read the comment. But yeah, I'm a little hesitant on just what the actual content is about.
Yeah. It's storytelling though.
Yeah.
There's a story involved. Before we pick another channel, let's bring in another channel reviewer.
Oh my goodness.
Shall we? Jen,
Hi, guys.
welcome back.
Yo.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Jen.
Welcome back.
Going
Yeah.
on.
We are well into random channels. By that I mean we
All
picked one.
right.
And,
I'm gonna pop out, but I'm gonna come back towards the end of
God.
the stream for some
Oh,
fun
yeah.
shenanigans.
You'll want
It'll
to
be
stick
fun.
around to the end. If you haven't if you've been thinking about leaving, don't.
Yeah, don't stay till the very end. But
If
I'll
you've
be
been
back
thinking
when that
about
happens.
leaving, don't, because we're going to write in a pinned comment like a 5,000-word essay on how to get more subscribers. So stick around for that.
Make sure you stay around for that. All right, I'll be back in about 20 or so minutes. Or 40
I'm
minutes.
liking your background, by the way, Jen. I think it's an
Thank
upgrade
you.
on last week.
Yeah, big upgrade. I did my office over the weekend. Finally, I just moved recently, so
Oh, congrats.
thanks.
Well, last week we had the CLAAAW, right? This week we have the CLAAAW still, but it's a little bit different. Just got out of the shop. It's had some upgrades. And basically the way this works is we go back to this screen and we just pull up our forms, and on the gaming side we have 421 channels. And so all we have to do is tell the CLAAAW now. We can just tell the CLAAAW, "Hey CLAAAW, we have 421 gaming channels. Please pick one."
By upgrade, Jen, Dan actually means a big downgrade
No. The CLAAAW is perfect now.
because we have to fill
Is it
airtime
though?
while it.
It is.
does
Just
what it
curious.
Oh
is.
boy. Back to gaming channels. Couldn't get enough of those last time, could we? And let's not forget the browser plugin. Again, lovely choice. Truly, the pinnacle of technology. Anyway, let's spin this eternal carousel of predictability, shall we? Number 258. What's it going to be this time? More geometry dashing or Fortnite pros, maybe?
That was actually
She
quite
is
funny.
so sassy.
all right. Yeah, it gets that gets a tick from me, Dan. That was funny.
I didn't do it. Okay, so I have the channel pulled up here. It's Gaming with Max, and the just for everyone's reference, it's mad that the last time we streamed, the claw was in the shop, and so I used a browser extension to choose numbers, and so it would have picked a different number, and the claw is feeling a little bit hurt by that, but it's okay.
She's feeling neglected. How dare
Yeah.
you, Dan?
It wasn't my fault. It was broken.
I've got a red alert for this channel. My button's not working. It was supposed to do like a big warning noise and everything, but oh well. Yeah, that instead, Dan. We often complain about red text on thumbnails, but one that's even worse is blue on red because I literally it's blurring my eyesight. I cannot read it. There's something about those two colors that just do not contrast well at all, and less of that, please. As my
It
first
feels like an
warning.
eye exam. It
Yeah.
hurts. It hurts.
Also, subscriber specials. Those are for you. I mean, this for people who subscribe, like your true fans, like that's awesome. But these are more for you than they are about like building the channel up for new people to come and discover you. I would have said, by the way, we just hit 10 subscribers. Thank you. When I made my next video, you know, and kept it at that, especially with this number of subscribers. It's cool. I'm glad you hit the milestone. It's just one that we usually see this at like 100, for example. But even that, I would say, just do like a little thing in a video, because that video could still reach like a lot more people than this video's going to reach. Just saying. That's a nitpick. I would say overall, we do need to talk about thumbnail strategy. Modern Warships. What I would do is just that. Modern Warships. Is it maybe it's not always a game. Modern Warships game. And we see some examples of different thumbnails here. 2 years ago, 750,000 views. Was this game popular 2 years ago? That could be another clue as well. 9 months, 1 year.
Filter by last month, Dan.
Right.
So this month.
Yes.
I'll show you everything from the last 31 days.
3 days ago, 4 days ago.
They must have had an update recently, because it looks like Modern Warships themselves is uploading content.
Yeah.
Even those thumbnails look like an update, though. Much clearer, much more modern.
Yeah. So there's some text cut off at the top of this one about the new Battle Pass items, Modern Warships June Battle Pass 2024. Even though I would say this is not like a perfect example of like a title thumbnail combo, they're getting 4,000 views. The video has like a clear like value. They're just talking about the Battle Pass for June. Aircraft carrier is a big chance to win this game. This is interesting because this channel we saw earlier before we filtered was getting like, look at this, like a couple years ago. I'm kind of wondering too if this game has just gotten kind of old, unfortunately. It may be a bit dated. But when you look at like, so the June Battle Pass video, for example, versus some of these other ones, we're not really sure where you're going with this. Like Modern Warships, FGS, Admiral Graf Spee, new cruiser review. Oh, it took a while to get there, but we see new cruiser review. I kind of think simplifying this title would have been a little bit better. Simplifying the thumbnail as well. And there were a lot of examples of like good titles and thumbnails to draw from. I'm glad we got away from this for sure. But yes, I still consider working on title and thumbnail strategy overall. And then are there other games in this space? Because I'm worried that the audience for this has kind of moved on to something more popular. Like maybe is World of Warships the natural competitor to this? Because I hear about them all the time. Yeah. They spend a lot on ads and everything else. I think it's a very popular game. And could that be where, you know, that this player base is kind of hanging out? I'm not sure.
I think the most recent video is cause for optimism in that this essentially was looking at an update. A new ship is available. I think it's the best performing video I can see with 50 views, which is encouraging. So as you say, Dan, a more direct title such as Modern Warships update, a new ship to review, something along those lines, and then the ship on the left-hand side of a thumbnail, and then just one of these elements. What I guess these are like the specific parts of a ship. I would just focus on one of those elements, like the most important one, the most significant one, and maybe what it does, like plus 200% battle damage, or like a phenomenal increase in speed. Like, what's the main benefit of this ship?
Yeah. 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, simpler titles, maybe a little bit more broad ideas. So even with the ships, if they did multiple ships within one video, but the third title is incredible, full, epic, legendary build for SPF F110. Very specific. very, very specific.
Yes.
So it's almost overwhelming to read. And then the hashtags, pull those out of the titles, save our titles for all the good stuff.
I see, Dan. Jen's agreeing with you.
Simpler.
You got here after I've already caused a huge kerfuffle about hashtags earlier.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the same team, Dan.
Yes, because they're stupid.
Yeah, we don't quite. Dan, we've had interventions about this, and you just brazenly saying stuff is stupid on YouTube. You just need to cut out.
I'm sorry.
Be more diplomatic.
He's feeling sassy like Claudia today. It's all right.
Yeah, it's stupid in my opinion. That soften it a little bit.
Sure, fine, we'll go with that.
All right. Sorry from going from dark mode to light mode, everybody, like that. I just realized that we always do that to you. Your eyes must hurt a lot. But the Claw needs to pick a new number. Okay, Claw, there are 557 non-gaming channels. Please pick one.
I always find this so exciting. Like, what are we gonna get? Like, non-gaming channels, there's so many options.
There's a lot. It's very broad.
Oh, sure. Just waltz right in and ask me to do the dirty work. Replaced by a browser plugin, I heard, and you still need me, huh? The audacity. But fine. Let's see here. Channel number 432. Brace yourself for yet another mediocre affair.
Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Claw's really upset with me. Okay, so that is Build with Mooney 432.
Ooh.
DIY woodworking channel.
So fun.
All right. I talked a lot with that one. So Jen, kick us off.
Helping DIYers one video at a time. Okay. Love that. I feel like maybe we're gearing towards beginners with that kind of info in our banner. Build this box to ship from home. The one thing I'm kind of missing just immediately is I don't see any finished products really. I don't see, like, typically if I wanted to build something, I'd want to see what I would wanted to build in the thumbnail, and then I'd feel a lot more intrigued. So we do see that bench swing. That's the first one that catches my attention because it's the only thing I can see that's built. Other than that, we just have kind of workshop, maybe screenshots, fun animations, but I would definitely tempt people with the finished product so that they want to know how to make it.
DIY garden bench. So these are a lot more kind of like in your face.
Yep.
The thumbnails on the channel we were just looking at had a lot of people in them, a lot of activity going on.
Often a lot of text.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of text, a lot of colors, a lot of different fonts, a lot of emojis. We have a lot going on in here. Maybe simplify it. Think about, what the video is really about. How can you better represent that? I mean, it's still kind of a new channel though. There's not that many videos out yet, so they're not bad.
There was an outlier, Dan. I think the second most recent video, the one with 8,000 views.
Ooh,
20 plus
Harbor Freight tools recommended for your DIY shop. I could see why that'd be popular. Harbor Freight's cheap. DIYers just starting out don't want to invest in a lot of expensive equipment.
Yeah, a lot of value in that one, and probably I imagine ranking in search a little bit.
Yeah.
Build this box to ship from home.
Even the floating shelf. The shelf's not floating. Why isn't the shelf floating in the picture?
Yeah, it's
the most beautiful part of a floating shelf.
Yeah, you definitely want the finished product in that one, I think, because you're not giving too much away. Like if you're teaching people how to build it, like you really want it to be clear. Like, oh, I love these, and then they go in and click to see how it was made.
If I see something beautiful, I'm gonna click. I might not end up making it, but that's something with the DIY niche in general. Everyone doesn't want to leave YouTube and go make it.
Yeah,
They just want to feel like they can make it.
that's a
I've just
really
spotted
good
another
point.
outlier here as well. 20 woodworking quick tips, 13,000 views.
Oh yeah.
So certainly listicle, because you know they do promote themselves as a beginner's guide to DIY, and when they fit strictly to that model, the videos perform particularly well. So I'm not suggesting that this creator just go into listicle formats, but I think if this is something that they can return to, then I'm suggesting maybe once a month or one video in every 4. They create a list now. They brainstorm maybe six different woodwork DIY topics where they can do 20 tips, and then over the course of the rest of the year, they maybe do 6 of them to fill out the rest of the year.
Yeah, and videos that answer a very specific like need, and ones that this like you should be doing this anyway, right? You're building stuff for your own home, like that solves problems you have, and even if they're really unique problems to you in your specific environment, people will watch that. You know, not everyone has a garden, but the perfect potting bench for your garden got a lot of views, and I think it's just because it looks nice, and maybe they imagine one day they'll have a garden, and what's a potting bench? What that thing looks cool, you know?
And it's seasonal. We're in gardening season, so that video was put out like right on time.
Mm-hmm. Overall, this channel is very promising.
Agreed.
They have a lot of cool stuff going on, and I think they are kind of solving that all-purpose, like, hey, if you are new to woodworking, I got you. But there's thumbnail execution, I think is the biggest thing I would advise this channel.
I also think that they could broaden some of these a little bit. So what grit sandpaper do I need between coats of finish? They could go and do a whole video of just different grits for different things. Finishing grits when you're finishing a project. This one's in between coats of finishing, and kind of go through the different, the different numbers that you need for different projects and different hardwoods, softwoods. So they could really elaborate on that for just a bigger video in general. But that solves such a very specific question. And they could do that within the video, within their storytelling. But I think they could broaden that.
Agreed. Rob, anything else before we move on?
I'm just thinking back to our lawn care channel from earlier, Dan, and how sometimes this channel, again, may be going into specifics. So I'm looking at this grit sandpaper video, which is like completely impenetrable to me as a non-DIY enthusiast. So how might you title that to make it more understandable to me? Would it be something along the lines of how to finish your DIY project with sandpaper? Is that kind of how it's... Is that the pitch? I don't know. Help me out here.
I would wonder, like, what if you had a split screen thumbnail? So you have one type of wooden project on one side and one type on the other, and the title implies sandpaper and stuff. Like, I imagine a different grits of sandpaper needed for different things. So, like, if you're sculpting something, you would probably sand it with different materials than if you were building a bench, just like one kind of like solid structure. So,
how about why sandpaper is essential to every DIY project?
Yeah, or don't use this sandpaper for this thing, or like a warning of like using the wrong sandpaper.
You're finishing your project wrong with like the sandpaper grit. And
yeah.
There you go.
Like,
and maybe there's a demonstration of a sanding that came out well and one that didn't, and that could be the split screen. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do. But yes, we are trying to think from that perspective of someone who maybe isn't even looking for this. If they were searching for it, they'd find it. But it's like, oh, I didn't even think about sandpaper. I'm just finishing up a project now.
Also think of the person who's like accidentally doing it wrong. So you bring that problem to their attention and it's like, you're finishing your project wrong. You're sanding off all your finish. You're leaving all this debris because you're using too rough of paper. Then you're putting your finish back on and your project's not going to come out as good. So if you see like you might be finishing your woodworking projects wrong, then you kind of put that hesitation, that little bit of doubt in someone's head where it's like, well, am I? I don't know.
So there we go. I think we've covered it. Build with Mooney. Congrats to you on 1.5K subscribers, 100 videos. Keep it up. Oh, they have an Etsy shop too. That's awesome.
Oh, so cool.
That's a good tie-in for a channel like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Build it and then buy it.
Before we move on to the next channel, Jen, since you're here, I'm going to put you on the spot for a second.
Oh, yay.
We have a coaching program, and you happen to be a part of that program. And so I
Sure
thought maybe
am.
you could tell everybody about our one-on-one coaching, because there is a link down below to maybe consider trying that for yourself.
It's a great link to check out. Our one-on-one coaching is so awesome. We have so many amazing coaches, and you work one-on-one. You get to talk to your coach every weekday and work through your channel on such a dedicated level. So all the stuff we're doing here, going over these channels, these are the conversations that you have back and forth. So Build with Mooney, if he was in one-on-one coaching, we would be talking through those ideas back and forth, seeing what those thumbnails could look like, and having that finished video, that finished product be so intentional, and every single opportunity to move that needle, get that growth, and really just hit the goal that each individual person is working towards on YouTube. So it can look like a lot of different things. It's not just thumbnail, title, feedback, and working together with that. It can be even just time management or encouragement, or just having like a really fun YouTube friend who understands how to celebrate some really awesome wins that maybe other people in your life don't really get the hype of. So there's so many benefits. It's so awesome. I highly recommend.
Thank you, Jen. You got it done before we got to the bottom of the page. I was thinking I should
Oh,
challenge.
really? I
should
could
have
keep
challenged
talking.
you. No. I should have made it like a challenge. Can you get this
It
promo
was a
in?
very visually satisfying scroll as well, Dan. That was.
It
that was
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It
that I got
really
just the
was.
right speed on it that time. That's a little too
Can we
slow.
encourage people, like, if they want to give like a light version experience of one-on-one coaching, if they send in super chats now, but like do it pretty quickly because we're getting towards the end of it, and we'll let Jen answer some of these, as long as they're about YouTube channel growth.
Oh yes. So if you have what kind of question would you ask a YouTube coach, basically?
Exactly. Yeah.
Ooh,
Send us a
that's
super chat
great question.
now if and then you get like an idea, trial run of what it's like.
Yeah, we are running.
Plus,
out
you
of time
get
for
your
submissions.
channel audit, your full channel audit with your coach, and it's such a fun process because the creators I work with, I know their channel, so like we think of ideas together. We do thumbnail feedback, video reviews. It's really fun to have someone that feels like they get your channel. And if you feel like your coach doesn't get your channel, you can try a different coach. Super simple, no hard feelings. You want to be happy and content with your coach.
Link is down below. Before we get into the questions for coaches, aRandomKaz said it's reassuring that I'm on the right path. We just looked at their channel a little while ago. Changed the video format because of an internal channel audit on the vidIQ Discord. Took a couple of months off from YouTube, came back from this format. So there you go. If coaching is a bit out of your budget, you could always join our Discord, and perhaps someone in there is willing to help you as they helped aRandomKaz. And thank you for telling us your story there. That's awesome.
That's so exciting.
Rhonda's Lovely Sparks has become a YouTube member.
Welcome, Rhonda.
And then I assume this is a channel for a coach. How to get subs on a shorts channel. Love your work.
Oh, so how to get... Okay, well, we would have to understand who your audience is. We would talk about that. We would talk about the type of content that you're making. We would talk about the different, buckets of content that you could explore within. So maybe 3 different types with a bunch of ideas that fall under those. And then we would experiment. We would also see kind of if there's anything that's trending, seasonal to really get on top of. So I don't have an exact answer because I don't know your channel, but those are all of the things that we would work through, every day to have that content make sense and be working towards that goal on a very specific level.
Jen, give me an example of like a bucket of content. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so a bucket of content. So if you were say you were a food channel and you were doing shorts, if we had 3 buckets of content, we could have, 30-minute recipes. Of course, that could be long form content. and it could be short form content too. And you could have infinite amount of content that falls under this 30-minute guideline. You could also have a bucket that would be maybe family or traditional recipes that you put a spin on. And then you can have infinite amount of content that falls under that. And then maybe a third bucket would be, cooking appliances. You always use your air fryer. So they're all air fryer recipes, or grilling, something like that. So we really have something that viewers can expect coming back time and time again, that's familiar but slightly different, and also allows you to just be creative and have fun with the content.
Jen, you have earned yourself a knowledge
yes!
There was Nine Finger Wrenching explaining their process with their coach currently, so I just grabbed this real quick. We looked at new viewers versus returning viewers to determine if we needed to change thumbnails and titles on my last video.
See, that's the kind of specific one-on-one that creators have the opportunity to do. We can play in analytics. You can send screenshots of retention graphs. I mean, it's very customizable, but it depends on what your goal is as a YouTuber.
So there you go. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us and about your coaches. And again, link is down below. All right. We have more channels to choose from. The CLAAAW is back, and we have 445 gaming channels. So let's go ahead and tell the CLAAAW. CLAAAW! There are 445 gaming channels. Please pick one. All right.
Quicker than you're currently picking one.
We'll just give the CLAAAW a second. It's not that bad. The response is in.
Oh, CLAAAW.
A gaming channel. That's a breath of fresh air, asterisk, sarcasm, asterisk. Prices may go down, but my comment doesn't. But I'm not holding up the show for you. Or that flippant plugin. Channel number 309 it is. Navigate through yet another epic video game journey.
Okay. All right, CLAAAW.
Saying the asterisk out loud was everything.
Everything's fine. A 309.
I think we should get vidIQ t-shirts printed that say literally say asterisk sarcasm asterisk.
All right. Funny facts. Is this a gaming channel? Did I go in the right form? Hold on.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Funny facts. They do shorts. This is the wrong form. You said you're not a gaming channel.
Right, folks. Like when we put this form and you click no, right? You then read the instructions and then go to the other form and fill out the form. Otherwise, rejected.
Yep. Sorry, we got to bring the CLAAAW back.
Yeah, just pick another number.
Can you pick a different number? The one you picked was actually like not a gaming channel. You failed. 448 gaming channels now, so please pick a gaming channel.
Right, while we wait for that, subscriber count 1,867,953 subscribers. I should squeeze that in.
Oh, here we go.
Failed, did I? Well, excuse me for not being a top-notch number generator. How dare you accuse me of such negligence? Dreadful. You and your plugin, causing me constant grief. But alas, here goes. Channel 421. Go on. More gaming for you to enjoy.
Did she inhale helium during...
Yeah, the voice changed a little bit there.
Weird.
There's something going on here.
So we got a shorts channel that does say they're a gaming channel.
Great.
And we have the URL.
Yep.
Okay. So...
Wait, also, on a for real note, the coolest thing, I did not know you could mute a browser window, Dan.
Yeah.
That's what I learned today.
If you right-click the window, yeah, you have all kinds of options.
I had no idea. I saw you do that before, and I was like, this just changed my life.
It's, yeah, I use that one a lot now because it kept messing me up during streams.
Somebody needs to do a YouTube video on how to do that, and they'll get 1 billion views guaranteed.
So we have Ghost PUBGM.
I thought you said there were a shorts channel, Dan. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Okay. No views. So this one must have been just uploaded, I hope.
Just being published, yeah.
This one has 2,000 views. We can click on this for a moment.
All right.
There's no sound.
No sound at all.
Let me make sure. Oh, this is now the tab is still muted. That's the only problem. That is the one problem with muting the tab.
So, all right.
Well, it's probably good that we did because, yeah, it's just music. Okay. What about this one? Okay, that's going to be very loud.
Wow.
All right. So I'm assuming they're all like this. Music, fun
Mhm.
moments, things like that. Very common for shorts. Sorry, headphone users. That's totally fine. I don't see a problem with that. I'm just looking to see what are the most popular ones. Conquer in 3 days. I take no disrespect. So these ones up top here have done the best for you. I would be asking myself why that might be. Because when a short does really well, it means a lot of people have stopped scrolling. The second it starts, they're like, wait a minute, what is this? And I would be considering why that happened.
Presumably a spectacular moment from the game, or like a moment of incredible skill, would be my assumption. Is it PUBG or Fortnite or both?
I'm
I think it's
gonna
both,
say
isn't it?
it's PUBG for sure. I don't play either game. These all look the same to me. I
Maybe it
feel like
never
all of
comes
these
to
popular ones are
PUBG.
PUBG.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to click on one because I don't want to hurt anybody.
That's the problem, isn't it? It's difficult for us to get the context because they're not really doing enough with the titles to kind of set up the story. And then this is just an award
Yeah.
in the game, probably
Mhm.
with some, and you can see they're using custom music in the bottom right hand corner. They've added that sound.
Yeah. So, okay.
This could be an outlier too. That was that their top performing video?
Yes. That was the
Yeah,
top
that
one.
could be a little bit of an outlier. I don't know if an award would perform the same like that every single time.
This is kind of what I've come to expect from shorts like this, where it's, probably some music in the background and then just an experience from the short. So yeah, you turned into a snowman, and, and I'm sure it's very frustrating for the person trying to kill you,
But is it invincible now? Because it's a snowman.
I guess. But then they also
don't
can't
know.
shoot.
It's intriguing. I'll say that.
So yeah, I mean, moments like that are great. I think the only thing I would say to enhance these, when I look at other channels, usually there's a webcam, the streamer is there. So does the loud music and chaotic gunfire turn people off to the point where they swipe away really fast without caring what the title says or wondering what's going to happen next? It's just boom, like all this stuff is just happening. I don't know. I personally skip those shorts, but again, I skip a lot of things. Not everything is for me. These videos got pretty decent views, but they are older. We've seen shorts get way more views. And so it makes me wonder what this would have been like if the person was reacting in real time on the screen as well, or something was a bit different. Maybe there's just a voiceover. Like, so you're, instead of the music, you're just explaining what people are about to see rather than letting them kind of sit there and, okay, I hope this kind of pays off. Because we saw as we watched longer and longer that you turned into a snowman, and that paid off for me. I'm like, oh, that's funny. But I didn't know it was going to happen, and there was nothing indicating I should stick around to find out what's going to happen. I just saw a moment that was tense, and maybe I'd stop on it, maybe I wouldn't. So, all right, cool. Thank you for sharing. Let's go back to the non-gaming forum now. There's almost 600 of you on the non-gaming forum. So we'll tell the CLAAAW. All right, CLAAAW, we're done with gaming channels for now. 593 people have submitted on the non-gaming forum. Please choose one. And don't choose one you already chose.
Does it know to do that?
When I tell it.
Yeah. Impressive.
It remembers the conversation history, so it should.
Gotcha.
Watch her spite you now
Oh,
and just pick the
apologies.
last one.
I didn't realize my existence was solely to ensure variety hour for Dan and Rob. Unbelievable. Might as well get you your unique channel, number 172. Prepare to be enlightened.
Oh, wow.
Less
Okay.
sass, I thought that time.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of sarcasm in that one without the asterisk sarcasm asterisk.
Yeah.
So,
That's my favorite.
just Mike. All right, Mike, enlighten us.
Okay.
The CLAAW said you would enlighten us.
I thought we were non. Oh, no.
They're not a gaming channel, they say.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Eh,
Explain
Says
that.
PlayStation.
the trailer. There's some PlayStation showcase. Okay, so
Well,
it looks
I
like
guess that's part of the problem then, that we look
yeah.
at the channel and it's like, well, it looks like it's gaming, but there's stuff that isn't quite gaming. It's more Star Warsy stuff, but then there's some Sonic stuff and then
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 stuff. So
Yeah.
context switching is a challenge for this channel, I would.
Well,
looks
technically,
like-
PlayStation's a reaction video.
Okay.
It looks like this might be a commentary channel. Maybe?
I think if that's what they're doing, we gotta have like face cam or something. There's probably voiceover. We're still muted here. I also would say that if you're reacting to something, you definitely want to be reacting more. I mean, as I skipped around, just hearing the fan in the background, or not hearing enough of you, and this gets reaction channels in trouble all the time. Like there needs to be more reacting. You're making us watch this on this big recorded screen within a screen within a screen. Like I see restream and then I see a smaller screen. Like there's so much like depth here that is unnecessary. We need this on full, and we need like a camera of you in the corner, like ideally if possible. If you're not there, that's okay, but we need more commentary from you. We need you pausing the thing sometimes. We just need a bit more. Perhaps if it's live, you're reacting between little showcases, which it can be okay, but you know, it kind of just depends on Sony at that point if they want to copyright you or not. But this is not an ideal viewing experience, and I think, just being brutally honest, if I was to look for someone reacting to this event rather than just watching it myself, I would keep clicking around to channels that had a better viewing presentation for me. That's just me being very brutally honest.
You're not wrong, Dan. You're not wrong.
My other brutal honesty here is this looks like someone took a gaming channel and put all the titles and thumbnails into a food processor and then re-uploaded them.
I was going to say washing machine. Yeah.
Yeah. Jen, do you have any metaphor?
It's a lot. Food. I'll say blender.
Okay.
I can't think of another appliance that would make something right now. So
shaker bottle or
shaker bottle's good.
Or you know how sometimes you're late at night, your cat will take a toy and run around the house. It's like scrambling up all of your stuff and cat toys everywhere. There's a lot going on. There's text. There are a lot of collages and thumbnails. There, like it's impossible to read this text down in the middle of this thumbnail right here. Gotta simplify the thumbnails.
Now, having said all of that, if we just focus on Sonic Prime for a second, when they had the focus on that, I guess that was a cartoon, right? The view counts were actually not bad when they were, I guess, reacting to this show and program. And we've seen channels that are based off of Sonic IP exclusively and have built up large communities. So again, just the channel focus, sticking to a topic is something to think about as well.
This is interesting. Fan-made ending. We see that on both of those, or all three of those higher performing videos. Did they make the ending? Did they make a new ending for the Sonic show?
That's interesting.
If they did, which is super cool, it's not very clear.
So that would be later in the, I assume later in the video. Okay, it's just some different editing, I think, going on. It got a lot of views though.
Which is fun. They're like taking their own spin on it, but that's something you would want to make really clear. Because the intrigue's there, but it just took a lot of deciphering to figure out if that's what's going on. Not totally sure.
Yeah, despite the thumbnails that we don't absolutely love here, there are some interesting successes, like this 46,000 view video, Sonic 3 trailer fan-made revisited story. I would say this thumbnail is one of the better ones. It is a little more simplistic, a little bit easier to kind of decipher. And you're giving us, I will say this channel, I like their titles. I think overall they do a pretty decent job making their titles clear. We did rag on the thumbnails a bit. Sonic Prime Season 4 trailer by Hive Studios, 6,000 views there. So I think if they could simplify their
Hive
thumbnails.
Studios?
That's actually a good question. What is Hive Studios? Let me look at the description. Did we take this from Hive Studios?
Sneak peek.
I don't know. I'm going to assume this is a re-edit. You don't want to be re-uploading just other people's videos.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's just a general disclaimer. All right. Well, I think you are not a gaming channel, but yeah, I think the first thing we were kind of touching on was you said you're not a gaming channel. There's enough gaming here to where I would question that, and not for our audit form's sake, but for your audience's sake. Yeah, I would kind of be considering like who your target audience is for sure. You have a pretty busy upload schedule here. If any of this advice is stuff you want to take on, like I would recommend some thumbnail tutorials for you on the thumbnail software of your choice, which means you're going to have to spend some time studying a little bit and practicing. Take a break from the schedule for a moment and, you know, skill up a little bit. I think that will help you greatly. And you're not hurting anything by taking a little break sometimes to skill up. Your next video could be a huge hit for your channel if you do, and you'll be glad you took the time.
That's solid
All right.
advice.
Well, thank you. So it looks like Travis is back.
I'm back. Guess who's back?
Welcome back.
All right, look. So everyone in the live chat, you're going to see a little behind the scenes shooting of our Thursday video. So you're going to see the end of the video before you see any of the video. So this is kind of a weird thing that we're about to do. So John, Dan, sorry, not John, Rob, Dan, Jen, and I are in the middle of shooting a video. This is the end part of the video you're about to see. So still watch the video on Thursday. What we did was we did a little contest, and the loser has to do something interesting on this live stream. So I'm about to record that part. So Dan, you're probably going to put me full screen for a minute and then come back to the four of us, and then we'll just do the thing we're going to do.
All right.
So let's give that a go. I'm doing this for the editor who's going to have to throw this in later. Well, the score's been tallied and the loser has been selected to do something in front of our live stream here on Tuesdays. If you're not here on Tuesdays to do the live streams with us, where we audit the channels, you need to be here, but it's about to happen. So can we bring the loser on now? Okay. Well, it's bad timing now. Jen, I'm sorry. What are you doing today for your penance for losing?
I lost, and I have Bean Boozled. I have really disgusting jelly bean flavors that actually could be good. There's a little spinner on here, and they look the same. One is disgusting. One is a normal flavor. Guys,
all right. So let's get that spinner out. Let's play some games.
Oh my gosh.
This is going to be fun.
This fun is a word, Travis. Fun is definitely a word.
Rob came really close to being in this position, but he pulled it out.
Okay.
A little spinner. Okay, cool.
Just give it a little.
Give her a little spin.
Was that a spin?
Wait,
no, spin it again. What are you doing?
Is gravity working against you also?
It's not really.
Spinners.
This is awesome.
Wait, I kind of okay.
None of this is being
okay. Well, we'll just
go
with that one. It is. Oh my gosh! It's peach or barf.
Okay, so pull out the two. Pull out the two.
Wait, hang on. I have appropriate sound effect for that.
Okay. What? Two jelly beans. So for people who don't know, the jelly beans look the same, but one tastes terrible and one tastes good. But you can't tell them apart. They look exactly the same. So pull out those two.
This is the last time I play games with you guys.
Oh my God, this is gonna be terrible. Okay. What color are they?
Oh wait.
I think we'll have the
has
chat
to be like the clear
vote on the left or the right one.
Okay.
All right. So you got to hold one on the left. Okay, chat real quick. Vote on the left or the right. Which one does she take? The one on the left. The left.
Is this Jen's left or?
Let's not do that. You were looking at her on the left. With the one with the tattoo or the tattooed arm is the right arm. The other arm is left. Which one? Okay. Left.
A lot of people are saying left.
Okay. Eat the one in your left hand, which is
this
the one.
My left?
No, the other one. The other one. There you go. There you go. All right, here we go.
You guys.
Fingers crossed. I hope. What's the two flavors it could be?
Peach or barf.
Okay, she has to do this 3 times, by the way. Okay, let's go ahead. Peach.
Oh!
Oh no! Uh-oh.
Can you swallow it or no?
Oh, bruh.
Bruh.
I can't believe everybody here did that to you.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay.
Oh
only
my
2 more.
gosh.
Don't worry. Only 2 more.
Again,
Only
again, again, again.
Wait, was
Again.
was the one on the right Peach? We
What?
don't know.
It might have been
I
terrible
don't
as well.
know.
There's no way to know.
We gotta
I
know.
even like
Jen.
tried to see if there was like the tiniest difference, and like you really see no difference.
Jen, we gotta know though.
we have.
Wait,
No,
I
no,
put
no,
it back
don't do
in
that.
the
No.
thing. I put it
Dan,
back.
you didn't want to do anything, so I don't want to hear nothing from you. All right. All right.
Well, you know
Next
what? Dan's
one.
a winner, and he doesn't have to.
Exactly. He did well.
I gotta figure out how to.
I love that spinner.
Yeah, it's a terrible spinner.
That's the same one.
Okay, what's
That's
that
so
one?
long. Wait, I keep like.
You may as well just
Okay.
pick yourself.
Oh my gosh.
What's this one?
Okay. Nope, that's literally the same one. Oh, that was a good spin.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so buttered popcorn, which is literally already the most disgusting jelly
That-
bean flavor,
Awful. Awful.
or rotten egg. Oh my gosh. Okay. Disgusting. It's like, would I rather have rotten egg than buttered popcorn? Because that flavor already is repulsive. All right, I got 2.
All
I'm
right,
gonna mix them up in my hand. Maybe that will help me. Ew.
All right, right hand is one with tattoo, left hand is one without. What are you voting in the chat? Right hand, left hand. Smell them first. All right. Okay, right. Everyone's saying you're right. Tattooed arm. All right, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Fingers crossed.
Guys,
Popcorn, hopefully.
guys. Okay, where's my little paper towel?
It's popcorn, isn't it?
It's disgusting. I don't know what it is.
It's probably
That might be booger. It could be popcorn.
might be book. Oh, poor Jen. Why couldn't this have been Dan?
Oh. I think that was booger. That was definitely booger.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, only one more.
It took a minute. That was definitely. How did I lose twice already? Like I already lost, but like I lost twice already.
So I'm feeling really guilty here. I don't feel as if I can let Jen continue by herself, just being tortured. So I've got a confession to make. Like you've been talking a lot about peanut butter recently, and I cannot stand peanut butter.
Me neither.
I'm not allergic to it or anything. I just can't stand it. So I thought, Jen, I'm going to join in with you.
Let's go.
Are you going to eat peanut butter?
I bought some peanut butter. Like it's not even.
That looks great.
Yet, right?
That looks like a very nice brand of peanut butter.
No. This does not garner any sympathy for me at all.
I'm gonna try it at the same time Jen has her next jelly bean. If I
Oh
can
my
open this-
gosh.
if I can open this.
Wait, but the real shock is going to be like you love peanut butter now.
That would be
Like
great.
that'll be the.
This is gonna stink out the office.
I hate peanut butter.
I wish there was like a matching peanut butter one.
I gotta ask
Okay.
everybody in the chat and with a different poll here. Do you like peanut butter? Now, I don't care what kind. You don't have to specify. Just yes or no. If you crunchy, smooth, doesn't matter. Do you like peanut butter?
We had the hashtag crunchy and smooth in that one video last week.
Hope you're enjoying this channel that live stream, by the way, everyone.
Wait, there's barely any peanut butter on that.
Oh, I need to put more on. Oh.
Yeah, what is that?
What is that? It looks like it accidentally fell in some peanut butter.
I don't know the etiquette for spreading peanut butter.
It's not a peanut butter eater. It should be like more peanut butter than bread.
So I just go.
Yeah.
Oh,
It makes me want to throw up.
Okay.
Okay. Well, my
I know.
next one is strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish.
Oh.
Very casual jelly bean flavor. Dead fish.
I think, Dan, you put them both on screen as big as possible once they do this.
How can I do that?
Don't you just remove me and you?
Whoa.
That doesn't
That's
work.
interesting.
That doesn't work.
Nope.
How does it?
remove me and
We have to
you, right?
remove us, but then we can't talk.
We don't have to
Yeah.
talk. We just need to watch their expressions.
That's
You can
true.
bring us back after.
But I like talking.
I like
Okay.
talking.
We have the side by side, so I can. Yeah, we'll remove
Yeah,
us.
Okay. So right or left hand for Jen.
I think that's-
Tattooed is right, and not tattooed is left. Not that it matters.
Oh my
It's
gosh, you guys
random.
have done me dirty every
This
single
is the
time.
last one for Jen. All right. One person says right. One person says left. Looking for a tiebreaker here. Left. A lot of lefts. Lefts. There you go. It's going to be your left. All right. And at the same time, Rob is going to eat peanut butter. Count it down. Someone say 3, 2, 1.
Ready, Rob?
ready
We've
for
got
the-
this.
The ASMR aspect of this.
We've got
Right.
this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't think there's any real ones in here. Mm. Oh my god, I literally don't think there's any real flavors in here. I think I've been bean boozled.
It's so dry. Oh
Mm. So you don't like peanut butter?
no.
I was crying. I was laughing. Okay. So for the editor that's watching, I think that's the only reaction we need. That one will just take that last bit with the peanut butter. And that was, I lost it then. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. That was great.
Woo!
I'm gonna finish it though for the fans.
Oh, wait,
gonna
Rob,
have
do
to
you
do that.
secretly like the peanut butter?
I think he likes it.
I think he likes it. Wait, second bite, is it better?
Hey, vidIQ. This is Rob Wilson eating peanut butter.
I don't like
For my
this.
next trick.
I don't like this at all.
This is a 3D printed monetization icon.
It's getting upsetting. I don't like this.
Demonetized. Yeah, I can confirm that peanut butter is still not on
Terrible,
Rob
right?
Wilson's list of enjoyable foods.
We have
Yikes.
lots of nut butters we can try next, Rob. Don't worry.
Ah, dear.
Shout out to Rob for throwing himself in front of the bus
Way
on that
to
one.
go, Rob.
Mm.
I feel so less alone.
I mean, let's be honest, like we invite Jen on and like 2 weeks into this, she's eating disgusting jelly beans. I feel like there's a bit of an injustice taking place here. Especially since you got savaged on the first week as well.
I know, right?
I mean,
That's
come on.
true.
She should have guessed the thumbnails better.
I should have, honestly. I should have won. I will
Yeah.
think about my actions next time.
All right.
Real quick, the poll I put up: 73% like peanut butter.
We're still
Peanut
live? Is it still a functioning live stream? Goodness.
This is just what we do when we turn off the stream. We just eat foods we don't like. All right, well.
Well, there's an important question here.
Nope.
No.
They left.
Oh, you
They
were
left.
waiting for those to come back. Oh, no.
that's not
body
happening.
channel.
We tricked you into watching that whole thing, and there's no more reward for you.
Yeah, there were 2 hours of audits. You get to watch 10 minutes of shenanigans. That's just the way it works here.
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
I do think though we should read out this incredible super chat from the Santa Claus of vidIQ, Old Man Gib, who said, the best question I asked my coach when we were talking about, YouTube coaches earlier on was, please be brutally honest, tear me apart and help me get on track. He did, and it helped leaps and bounds.
Love
So
it.
if you do
Yep.
want to be, you can get whatever coaching method works for you, I guess,
It's true.
to help
It's
you grow your
definitely
channel.
something people request all the time. I'll have creators that are like, just give it to me, tell me it's awful. And if you want the brutal feedback, if you want the savage feedback, you can have it.
And Jen and I did a video last week on Brutally Honest YouTube Truth, so go check it out on the YouTube channel. Good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Fun.
Shall I
All right.
play the outro music then?
Yes, I will. There it is. All right. Thanks, everybody. Well, we're back next week for more channel reviews. I feel like you just wanted to do some,
It sounds horrible. Why does it sound so?
Wait, Rob,
Underwater.
Dan, you sound
because the-
underwater.
Yeah, it's because of the stupid music.
I know.
Turn your volume up, bro.
No, it's this. It's the thing we're using.
Yeah, for the first 10 seconds, it just brutalizes all microphones for some
Yeah.
reason.
Blah, 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 blah. Well, thank you for watching blah 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 blah, and we'll see you blah 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 blah.
Blub.
That's it.
You're the host, Dan. You need to press a button.
What's going on?
I was
I'm
just letting
dancing.
you seemed like you were really into it, so I'm just letting you know.